fantastic to have you at the Virtual Bandstand. Thanks very much for joining us. We've got some specially handpicked performances of yours to show, but I thought it'd be nice to have a little chat with you, find out a little bit more about yourself and Soul Rebel. So I'd just like to ask, how did you get into dance?
Well, I first started when I was a kid because I was so clumsy, I kept falling everywhere. So my mum decided it would be good to get some grace. So I did ballet. But yeah, so I danced as a kid, but just always was very passionate about it. And tap was one of my favourite genres. But I did go in more into contemporary dance and somatic sort of style as I first sort of graduated. And then after my training, and worked as an aerialist as well. But I always loved tap and came back to it. I suppose it combines my love of dance with music and rhythm. Yeah. So yeah, and I bumped into and met some tap dancers, and so we made a piece, and that was what started Soul Rebel. And that was in 2011 now. So and we make project-based pieces that have been touring sort of over the last 10 years, supported by Arts Council, and just developing the work year by year, really.
Fantastic. I've got to ask the aerialist thing, having seen some aerial performers very much up close and having a chronic fear of heights myself, how did that compare to being on terra firma when you're performing?
Yeah, I know. Firmly on the ground when I tap dance. Yeah, I love it, and I love that I also had a fear, but it was an amazing show that I toured as the world tipped. With a Liverpool-based company, Wide Aerial Theatre, yeah, and it combines visual projection, and there's a climber and a performer, so yeah, it's a really spectacular show that was an amazing thing to be part of.
Fantastic. I think we got to see a company called Motion House last year, and they're all up what looked like scaffolding, moving around, and it was amazing and inspiring, but reaffirmed how scared I am to get up. Anything more than a 3-4 foot ladder. As a performer yourself, and with the work that you do, how's lockdown been for you?
Yeah, it was a massive, jolt at first, I would say, because like as many, my whole diary was swiped empty, and so yeah, it was a shock, and there was a loss of the projects that were to be this year, but hopefully they're on pause and we'll come back to them. And it's given us time to reflect where we are and where we want to go in the future, because normally you just like do the gigs and don't really get much time to sort of reflect on where you're at. So it has given us time to be able to look inwards and think about a new way of going forwards post pandemic.
So maybe a chance to regroup and have a look at the business plan and see what will happen after.
Exactly, yeah.
Has it been an opportunity to maybe create or experiment with some new work as well? Have you found yourself inspired in some way?
Well, actually, because I went for the last 2 years, I've been doing my master's at Liverpool Hope part-time, and so that my final project got adapted to digital. So yeah, I've been working on screen dance instead of live performance, and so that was a huge change, but also really inspiring, and something I've really enjoyed that's come out of lockdown, and hope that I can sort of develop that practice more.
Oh, great. And is the performance, when it's finished, is that going to be on your on the Soul Rebel channel so that the rest of us can have a look as well?
Yeah, I mean, at the moment it's on, because I work independently as an artist, more combining my contemporary dance and somatic work, and then Soul Rebel is currently more tap, rhythm, theatre focused. I suppose my other work is a bit more experimental, but there's definitely a bit more of this going on more recently. So yeah, I'll definitely put the links up, but at the moment it's under my own website, Hannah Ballard.
Great. Well, I'll post a link in the video.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure everyone will be fascinated to have a look, and it's something really different, which is great. And certainly when I took over the bandstand, I was really keen to promote dance a little bit more, and it took the first 2 years to do that. And I think it's underrepresented still in the arts, and so anything to showcase that is definitely a positive, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's quite a long film. It's half an hour, so it's a bit of an experience. It isn't. it's not that immediate, quick, sort of flashy film. You really need to sit back and watch the whole thing really to experience it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, fantastic. Looking forward to seeing that. Just tell us a little bit about Soul Rebel, because it's a little bit unusual as a project. And I know that you work with a musician and some of the other dancers from the performances I've seen. What led to the creation of Soul Rebel, and what would you say makes it a little bit different to everything else that's out there?
Yeah, well, when we first started 10 years ago, it was tap dance in particular was really underrepresented in the UK. So I felt passionate about sharing a new contemporary context of tap as well, and also combining it with, we like to combine it with theatre and humour and narrative. So yeah, but you know, luckily over the last sort of 5 years, there's been a lot more people making work within tap in the UK, and there's a lovely community, Tap Dance UK. We all work together in promoting each other's work. So yeah, it is developing now, but at the time it was really underrepresented. And I suppose, like I said earlier, it was the passion for movement and music combined that I felt was great. And yeah, so Soul Rebel Tap was born. The last year we've taken the tap off the end, just because we want to sort of spread the work a little bit more theatrically as well, and definitely still has tap at the heart of it, but in collaboration with musicians. And more recently we've been working with a theatre director who's from Cirque du Soleil. We've made a new piece called Off the Beaten Track. So yeah, we have this director, Sean Kempton, working with us. And then we have another musician called Chris Redmond, and he's the founder of Tung Fu, which is, if you've come across them, they're great. They do poetry and live music.
Yeah.
So this new piece, which is the one that's sort of been put on pause, we were hoping to premiere it in autumn this year, but hopefully it'll be in 21 now. So yeah, that's a sort of new development for us, new collaborative relationships, and a bit more, yeah, it's a full hour show, and it's to tour sort of indoor venues. We've been doing a lot of outdoor work over the last few years, so yeah, we're going to go back indoors. Well, apparently.
Well, as soon as it's safe.
Outdoors a bit more.
Absolutely, yeah. It's something which, particularly the musicians that we've had at the bandstand, have found challenging, and social media is rife with people really struggling with that. And you mentioned collaboration, which we'll come back to, but I've got to ask, given the current situation and funding in the arts, how have you found the financial challenges of going from a very busy calendar to this almost black hole of space?
Yeah, well, we're lucky enough to get the Arts Council Emergency Fund, so that helped out with the loss of gigs over the summer. But ongoing, it's a little bit scary because, you know, as yourself, a musician, it's not going to be coming back soon, you know. So, you know, I'm nervous about the next 6 months now. But there's also hope with little pockets of funding that seem to be coming available for different projects. So I suppose it's being active in looking for those little pots of funding that could possibly enable new projects to start.
Yeah, I think it is. So you're absolutely right. From a musical perspective, it's kind of galvanised the community of freelancers to certainly share what's out there. Yeah, the Arts Council is something I was lucky to get myself as well. So that's been a huge weight off your mind. But it's nice when you say about being nervous going back. I think it's been, just a bit of a side note really, it's been amazing seeing lots of people positive about getting back to performing. But to be candid and say actually a little bit nervous, I think is probably a true reflection of how most people feel. Have you got any dates that are booked in for performances as it stands?
No, everything's still on pause at the moment. Now that the Arts Council Project Fund has reopened, the plan is to put together a plan for that really. We have got outdoor work that's available, so the show Blues and Shoes that you're going to be showing, And that's great because it's just myself and a musician, and it's quite a simple setup and can be done under social distancing. So that's ready to go, really. But at the moment, I think people seem still unsure. You know, it's very recent that they've said we can do outdoor work again, isn't it? So yeah,
it's fresh off the bat, I think. On a more positive note, I think it's been interesting seeing different artists, perhaps yourself included, working collaboratively, but using the online tools and the technology we have. How important do you think that's going to be to your practice going forward?
Yeah, we've been discussing that a lot, and finding ways that we can take our old work and sort of re-show it, but also hopefully do a little bit more screen dance, because I think that's a really good opportunity to reach out to new audiences for us. So definitely looking at that, and I'm excited about that too. So the other film we did was the community project, the Shim Sham, which was really great fun because I got loads of great videos sent by the community, our community of Soul Rebel, which is in Liverpool, Oxford and London, and then all the collaborators that we've been working with. So that was a lovely project to put together and connect us during this time, you know, because I feel like I used to see a lot of my students weekly, and then all of a sudden haven't seen them for like 6 months. So it's a shame.
Absolutely. I'm sure you're looking forward to seeing them again when it's safe to do so. So fingers crossed that's sooner rather than later. Anna, can you tell us a little bit about the pieces we're going to share? Any particular notes or things you'd like the audience to know while they're looking at them?
Yeah, so we're showing Blues and Shoes, which is, as I said earlier, it's our show that we take out most summers and do at arts festivals, music festivals. It's a great piece because it reaches all audiences. Children seem to love it, and then adults recognise the music and sing along. So, and we normally do it alongside workshops where people can do a taster tap class or body percussion. So depending on the flooring we get given at the festival, which is usually mud. So yeah, body percussion. But yeah, it's blues music, and the musician plays the piano and guitar and sings, and then I harmonise and am the percussion. So yeah, it's an accessible piece, and I hope you enjoy it. I think we showed about 3 or 4 songs from the show. Yeah, it's normally about a 20-minute piece. I think it's about 7 minutes extract that we gave you, which we filmed under social distancing I think it's about 2 months ago now, in the garden. We luckily had a sunny day and
pounced on the opportunity, I think. Nothing wrong with that. It's a lovely little teaser of some of the other work. I'm really delighted to share this as the first dance element of what we're doing with the virtual bandstand. And hopefully we can look at putting something on when the bandstand reopens, hopefully later this year. If not, we'll look at something for next year. Would be wonderful.
Yeah, which is great because you've got that community piece as well that we did, the Shim Sham, because we do tap jams every summer at the bandstand in Sefton Park, which is it's a lovely. We do it with like live music, and tap dancers of all abilities come along, and they can tap dance with live music at whatever level they're at. So it's I love a bandstand, so we'd love to do that.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't my sunshine away. shine away. Please don't take my sunshine away. But there's a dark and a troubled side of life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. If we meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side we also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Well, the storm in all its fury broke today, crushing hopes that we cherish so dear. Cloud and storm will in time pass away. The sun will again reappear. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Woo! Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Keep on the sunny side,
Always on the sunny side.
keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day
It will brighten all the way.
if we keep on the sunny side of life. If we keep on the sunny side of life. If we keep on the sunny side of
It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do I, 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 do I? It don't do I do I do I do I do I do I do I. It makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. Just give that rhythm everything you got. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Oh, do I 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 do I. It makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. Just give that rhythm everything you got. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Oh, do I do I do I do I do I.
So just to finish off, how does the future look for Soul Rebel and yourself? And where can we follow everything else that you're doing?
Yeah, so well, hopefully we'll get back to doing our weekly classes in Liverpool, maybe starting outdoors and then slowly going back indoors. And they're every Monday in the city centre with myself. We also do online tap classes at the moment through soulrebeltap.co.uk. You can find information. And yeah, hopefully our show is on pause, off the beaten track, and we're hopefully going to be premiering that and touring it early next year, as soon as we can. Yeah, and we're on Facebook at Soul Rebel UK and Instagram and Twitter. And yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thanks so much, Hannah. And really looking forward to seeing what people think of the pieces. I'm sure it'd be great to get people engaging with dance. And two very different but absolutely wonderful performances. Really grateful to you for sharing those.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Yeah, hopefully have you at the bandstand very soon.
Yeah, definitely.